I think it's a little bit early we're getting the extra final form for this season, but I'm not complaining about it right now. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 48 of Kamen Rider Gavv. And you see the length of this video? I'm going to say that, yeah, I have a lot of things to say. Probably in my review overall after the recap, I probably have a lot of things to say. So stick around to actually hear me talk about somewhat rant over the last 3 episodes after the recap. And yeah, I have a lot of things to say near the end of this review. So we start where we left off last week as Honto and Shoma pretty much tried to protect themselves from Bocca's power. We were knocking them out of the transformation and Lakia actually deal with Jeep before actually trying to flee with Amane and Masaru being compressed. As Jeep mostly thinks about his own driver, contemplating about his life. As the rider about to be taken down before they actually get finished off by Bocca, one of the butlers come in to tell Lisel and Bocca that they're done here. They decide to leave the riders alone in order to go home. As they can go back home in order to start to think what to do next. As they actually think about Niev's little plan, thinking that Niev did reveal the fact that Niev actually did mean it, that he wanted to help Shoma and all that, but it's said by Lakia, but I just don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I think it would have been way more interesting if they actually do figure out that Niev was just doing it just for his own sake. I think that would be much better. I mean, there's no way to redeem Niev. Like, I don't really buy it for this episode. Like, Niev being good and all that. I don't buy it. It would be interesting that way, but whatever. I don't really buy the way the episode tried to force, like, us, the audience, to think that Niev was doing it for good. I think it would be, like I said, more interesting if Niev was actually doing it for his own personal gain, just like a Snake would be, but whatever. Honto apologized for his attitude to Shoma, but Shoma doesn't really mind it at all, saying it's okay. I decided to figure out what to do next and how to save people. I like to wonder how Honto was not affected by the whole mind control thing at all. I just think it's a grid. When I said last episode that they figured out that he didn't do it because of his granule gland he got injected with. I like it doesn't want to actually compress people anymore, feeling guilty over it. And the next day they hunt down some of Niev Gochujo in order to figure out how to take care of them as they go search for more. They still don't know how many they are, but they decide to just bring in as much as they can in order to stop Bocca, even if it's a little bit piece by piece. And meanwhile, Lucky finally used the anti-toxin made from Dente after spraying Amane before releasing her from the compression. Seeing she actually is back to normal somewhat, wondering why she was doing watermelon and all that, but briefly seeing that, Lucky doesn't know if Amane is actually normal or not, because of the way he always acts. But pretty funny to see, as Bocca and Lisel celebrate their own victory over the fact that they got so many presents, as well as you gotta tell Jeep in order to make them more dark treat. But then Bocca wondered how much longer she's gonna be with Jeep, saying that yeah, they have the Stomach Family brand and as well as the machine to make the dark treat, so they don't really need him anymore. As Lisel said that she just wanted to keep Jeep around in order to make sure that she could see him being all sad and she likes them that way. But then she flashes back over the last episode as he smiled creepily to her, which makes her seem to contemplate and worry about it. Hopefully we actually explore that last 2 episodes because come on man, we gotta do something with Lisel. We're almost done with this show. As Jeep gets a weird feeling talking with a ghost of Shita, thinking that she wanted her to live longer in order to see how his life doing before she disappears, seeing that yeah, he's all alone. Then speaking, Jeep and Lango are the only one left of the original Stomach Family along with Shoma. It's just pretty nice little shot of him being alone at the table, which is a pretty nice way to show that yeah, he finally pretty much climbed up to the top just by throwing down all of his siblings, which is just sad to see for Jeep. But yeah, we gotta do something with this character. Like I said, we're almost done with 2 more episodes left to be. Meanwhile, Lakia tells Amane what happened to her, as he actually was glad that she wasn't actually compressed to be turned to a dark tree. But Lakia is still feels guilty over the fact that he had to actually make this moment just to make sure that she wouldn't be taken out. He feels guilty over the fact that he had to compress both of them. As Amane doesn't really care much, it just thanks him for at least saving their lives, even if it's something that he didn't want to do. I decided to save Masaru as well, wondering how he got here. And meanwhile, Shoma actually goes to meet with Lango, as he actually knows that he's actually there to actually ask for his help in order to take down Bocca. As Shoma knows that Lango's also desperate to get the company back. So yeah, it seems like he make a deal with Lango, as Lakia gets a phone call and decides to head out to meet with the writer. And pretty cool that Masaru tried to go help out, but he actually stopped Masaru by saying it's dangerous outside and leave. And Amane actually apologized for Lakia's behavior, saying that yeah, it's something that Masaru can't do much at all, it's up to them to do now. Hopefully they explain next episode finally that he's actually Shoma's uncle and Shoma's his nephew. Please, we have, like I said, 2 episodes, we gotta wrap all this up. Sorry that right now I'm just complaining about it. It's just that, yeah, we only have 2 episodes left. We have a lot that we gotta wrap up now. As the trio meet up with Lakia's little home with Isuga's Bay and discuss about Lango's little deal, as Shoma recounts the promise that he would actually help them out to defeat Bocca, and Lango would promise to stop making dark trees and not interfere with the human world as long as he gets the company back. Doesn't really care at all, he just wants to get his family's name back in business. As they all decide to go with the plan in order to help out with Lango in order to take down Bocca. As we actually see Lango go out and kidnap Lisel, I'm pretty surprised it's actually easy for her. Weird that she actually got kidnapped so easy, like we could have done this from the beginning, but yeah, oh well. Lango moving the plot forward now. After G sends a dark treat to Bocca to show the new product they're making, Butler comes in pretty injured, telling them that Lizelle been kidnapped as she actually seen tied up by Lango. As Bocca arrived to save her, as he actually see through his plan that actually he just wanted to call him out. And he actually showed his true form, which is actually pretty nice. I do like the color, the golden and all that, and the purple. I would say my little distracting with the fact the gloves, like the forearm was too big, and also the shoulder pad a little too big. I don't know, it just feels kind of distracting. I just like the little flower pattern like thing on the chest. It looked pretty good. It make it look more sophisticated, but yeah, I think the shoulder pad and the forearm are a little bit distracting to me. Lango transforms, but it's pretty cool. We actually see the eye patch thing on his like helmet. Finally, we get to see what it looks like. It actually fights against Bocca. Chief comes in to rescue Lizelle, taking her out of the episode. Lango continues to fight against Bocca to no avail as he actually starts to be overpowered by him. As he actually asks Lango what's he doing because it is not a good plan to just throw himself out to actually be killed by him and like fight alone. As the writers come in to fight him once and for all, and it's pretty cool that Hunter say that humans don't give up at all, and Lakia saying that Bocca is a disgrace to Granus, and Shoma saying that you stop taking away the happiness from people, which is pretty nice to see as they all transform together in their final form to finally fight against Bocca. Also kind of missed opportunity not play Shake It Off. I did work pretty well for this scene, but whatever. Would be nice to see Shake It Off again played in the last 3 episodes, but oh well. They fight him, but there's no avail at all. Like Bocca continues to overpower them over and over again, and they can't really hurt him at all. Even though Lango tried to help, he can't do anything, and they both get kneeled down by his own voice. Like the power, they said kneel. I'm just wondering, like, they never explained the power of Bocca. I'm wondering, what did the power he said about naming them kneel? Like, is he wanted the power? Is it because they're Granus? Like, I think that's my theory, that his power is saying that he has mind control over Granus because of the little body he gave to Niev. That's my theory of how he got that power, but still, they never explain at all how he's able to do that to all 3 of our writers and Lango. But yeah, they can't do anything at all. And Bocca overpowered everybody. It's pretty cool seeing actually having all the writers try to stop Bocca, and Bocca actually punches through Lakia's shield, and all the 3 writers tried to get on top of Lakia to push him back, but to no avail. He just throws them to the other side of the battleground and actually knocked them out of transformation, even kicking them away in their human form. Really pretty cool to see. I'm really sad that the fight didn't last that long, considering the fact what happened to Bocca later. But yeah, I'm still gonna sad that yeah, the fight didn't last that long. Could have lasted a little longer, but whatever. Bocca tells them to be grateful over the fact that they should know their place at the bottom in order to find value. So yeah, he tried to tell them that they have value, but Lakia tells them that no, they're not fodder at all. Hunter said that they will actually fight for their own future and all that. As Shoma actually tried to reiterate this season theme, saying that he rejects it, that everybody deserves to be happy, saying that it's time for everybody else to decide what their happiness should look like, and Bocca trampling all over their own happiness and robbing it away from them. That no, everybody deserves happiness, not to be robbed by anybody. As Shoma actually dropped some gummies and actually grabs a bunch of them with rocks and even some blood, as he actually eat all 3 of them into his body, creating the Amazingummy. We're pretty cool to see. We actually had the combination of rocks from his ground form, gummies from his human side, and some of his blood. Because considering the fact that yeah, the director earlier on in the season said that his belt was created by Carmelite blood. Maybe think that all 3 things combined together to make him the extra final form, the amazing juicy gummy form, little Gochuso. I had to place it in the driver in order to form a pretty cool magma effect around him. Also pretty cool that shot of Shoma not actually staying henshin, just giving it transformed to an extra final form, Amazingummy. And I gotta say, it looked pretty good. Of course, a little bit distracting of the kid bashes for like a lot of suits. Like it's pretty obvious, like some of the legs from Gate and the shoulder pad from like Revived Volcano. It makes sense considering the fact that Volcano had firepower. This one definitely showed firepower as well. I mean, not bad at all, but I still think it's a little distracting to me. Also pretty cool that the extra final form actually seemed to be the moniker of Red Gavv. I like the little symbol of him always being assaulted by Red Gavv, and actually using the Red Gavv as an insult, turning it into something to be proud of, to make it seem like, yeah, there's the reason why he actually would naturally form from final form to the extra final form. I'd rather it not be called Amazingummy form. It would be better to just call it Red Gavv to show that being proud to be called Red Gavv and nothing more. But that's just my thought right now. I'll probably explain later in the review after the recap. He used the new power to fight against Bocca with a new theme song playing in the background. I mean, he had just got a couple weeks ago the song for Over form, and then Over Master, and then Master form. Now we're probably gonna get the new song we play in the episode for Amazing form. He tried to go around punching Bocca, and it turns out that he's actually immune to his command anymore. It's a little bit confusing before he punches him. I like a stink that is the heat radiating from him that makes it so he's not listening to him, which is just, sure, I'll take it. As Bocca actually punches through Shoma, actually making him look like he defeated him, but then he just grabs on him to climb back up. It's pretty cool. You actually see him actually melting Bocca, and it turns out that, yeah, it probably is the equivalent of probably putting chocolate in your mouth and it actually melts in your mouth. Or maybe putting food in like a microwave or oven to make like treats and sweets and all that, like making gain like some sort of positive heat. But yeah, pretty cool to see that Shoma not giving up. Two other riders decide to transform into their final form and continue helping Shoma out. As Bocca throws Shoma around, and then Lakia gets the shield with Hunter kicking the shield in order to make sure that they could kick Shoma in order to actually put his hand, a really cool shot, putting his hand on Bocca to actually burn through him. Which actually doesn't seem to hurt him a lot, but not too much. But then Lango comes in and actually backstabs him, literally just backstabs him. Which is pretty cool to see, as Bocca is actually annoyed over the fact that he actually would be left to guard down against Lango. At the time for once and for all to defeat him, as over 3 riders do their triple rider kick, powering up with a really cool shot of them coming together and then jumping over rider kicking Bocca once and for all, with another pretty cool shot of them being up close. As he's finally over, as Bocca cries out that he cannot be defeated this way, and Lango also disappeared at the last second before getting killed off. Lango survived, but Bocca is destroyed and died in a big explosion, and a really cool shot of over 3 riders jumping up into the sun and actually falling down, detransforming. And even the Amazingummy just disappearing into the sky. Hopefully we see it again, but I want to see it. As the battle is finally over, and now they can all rescue the compressed people. But it turns out that Lango actually stole Lizel's big magnum gun that actually uses to mind control people. And he said it's time to make Bocca's plan to be his own, and he uses it to command everybody who's mind controlled in order to be ready to be compressed. And it's time for him to take back Stomach Inc. and family name back. As the episode ends there. Overall, it was a pretty okay to good episode. I have a lot of things. I think you can probably see through my review, a little talking throughout the whole recap of the episode. I think I'm a little bit worried over the fact that this show is almost done. Like, we only have 2 more episodes left. So I'm gonna get the Lango and we'll be focused on the penultimate episode, next episode 49. Probably 50 will be with Lizel and G, but that's how the show ends. Because due to the fact of the preview, we actually see Lakia taking back all the compressed people back in order to help them. And I'm pretty much sure that it's a little bit weird with the fact that we're almost done. Bocca only showed the true power here. I could have wanted him to be better to try to show it when he fought against Shoma alone. Maybe that would be much better to show it true form. Doesn't have like 2 fight scenes with true power form, but whatever. Also, it's pretty easy that Lango was able to kidnap Lizel in order to make Bocca come out. Like, yeah, plan was just dumb. I just say it's really weird, but yeah. I don't think Lango's the big bad judge yet. I mean, he is technically somewhat the big bad, but I think it's gonna be the final villain might be Jeep. That's what I'm thinking. Considering the fact that if I know anything by this writer who actually wrote Wizard, and we know what happened with Wizard. Whoever watched Wizard, we know what happened. That the final villain is not the main villain, it's somebody else. But yeah, I have a feeling that might happen with Jeep or Lizel in the penultimate episode, next episode. But overall, I do like the form of Amazingummy, but yeah, not much to say about this episode. I think it's pretty good to set up the final 2 episodes. But I'll just say, like, there's a lot of things we gotta wrap up, and I'm getting kind of worried about this show. That, yeah, I'm getting worried that it might not have a time to wrap up. But I said, we're not even done with Shoma's uncle. Like, Shoma's uncle does not know Shoma's his nephew. Like, I'm just waiting. Come on, guys. Just tell him he is his uncle and he is his nephew. Like, we could have like 1 or 2 episodes interacting with each other. That would be so good to see, but whatever. I mean, I'm still liking this show. I'm just really worried the last 2 episodes might not stick the landing. Okay, with some of the things that we have to, like, finish up. But for now, I like the new form. Hopefully we see it again. Maybe that's the reason why you'll be able to see Lango. He actually uses the new form to actually be Red Gavv. I do like also that he actually uses the extra final form, actually feeling like taking the moniker Red Gavv. I do like the symbolism there. That he actually using the Red Gavv insult to be his own personal form to form it. I think it would be better instead of calling it Amazingummy form. I think it would be better just call it like Kamen Gavv, like the Red Gavv form. That would be way more better to call it. I'm not complaining at all, but still, yeah. Check it out, should have played. Was it the episode really would have been better to show? Is the final 14 for our 3 riders. If anything, it'd be pretty cool to actually the lyrics matching with it show what this is to become Red Gavv form. But I got not much to say. Rating wise, give it a 7.4 out of 10. What do you guys think? Did you like the episode or did you not? What do you think about Bocca and as well as Shoma's new form? Are you somewhat excited for Lango being the final villain, or do you think Jeep might be the final villain? Or maybe not, depending on the preview. What do you think gonna happen with Lizel now that her dad's dead? How is she gonna take it? Also, what do you think about Amane and Masaru next episode? Do you think Masaru finally gonna know that Shoma's his nephew or not? We have to wait and see. Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content. Peace.